Good morning, everyone. This Scorpio season just started and it is already kicking my butt. Um, and I know that every year there's always, and it's not really like a dip in energy for me. It's just like coming off of Virgo season, coming off of Libra season and being really, really productive. And all of a sudden I'm being told like, nope, you can't be productive anymore. Like you got to stop. And it's not that I'm not being, it's just weird, right? It's just, so that's why it's funny. I saw this coming like a month ago when I was like, I'm not doing any readings during this time. Like I'm going to take some time off, which was last week. And it was a lot of, it was very needed. It was very, very needed. And then yesterday was like kind of my coming back into working again. And if I was not meditating, then I was doing yoga or like something where I was really having to center. Like I've been having to consciously center myself, whereas before Scorpio season even started, like I didn't have to. So if you're feeling a little bit out of whack right now, it's not, you're normal, okay? I don't want you to feel bad about not being up to par right now. Obviously get your stuff done. Obviously, like the responsibilities and stuff like we have to get stuff done. There are some people that are thriving in this energy, and I love to see that actually. And it's so funny because I feel like I'm almost like on my own. That's why I'm telling you guys, if you feel like I do, you're not alone, because I feel like I'm very alone in it. Um, and it's not bad. Like I'm fine. I'm fine. Like I know everybody's gonna be like, I hope you feel better, Betsy. I don't feel bad. Excuse me. I don't feel bad. My allergies are a little whatever, um, but like we're getting a winter storm tonight in October in the middle of the country. Like it's just some really strange things are happening. And I'm finding that my motivation is like I really have to push myself to just get the bare minimum done right now. And I'm okay with that. I'm 100. I mean, sometimes we have to be in that mode. We can't always be in push, 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 because then we're going to burn out, right? So make sure you're really, really taking care of yourself right now, especially if if you're feeling more like me, because I almost feel like if I wasn't in alignment with who I am and if I wasn't confident with who I am, this would be a really, really difficult time for me. And so that's why I'm saying to you guys, if you're sort of the person that's really out of alignment right now, or you're just kind of up in the air, not really knowing what's going on, this energy can get to you. So consciously breathing can really, really help right now. I am offering one more self-alignment course for the year on November 10th. And even the most aligned people in life, even the ones that feel like they're in the most alignment every single day, can have off times. We're human, right? We just, in those off times, you have to be really consciously aware that you're off, and be kinder to yourself. It's about being kinder to yourself. That's what self-care is. Self-care isn't just taking a bath or getting a pedicure or having your hair done or something like that, or whatever guys do. Go to the golf. I don't know. What do you guys do for some? What do men do? Like the masculine energy do for self-care? I've always that's an interesting question. Like physical self-care. Um, but yeah, like you self-care is about being kind to who you are and to not judge yourself. Like stop judging yourself for having an off day. Everybody has an off day, right? So the big topic of discussion is Mercury retrograde tomorrow. And you know, it's so interesting because as a person who's very ruled by Mercury, I have had Mercury retrogrades like just beat the crap out of me. Like I remember one Mercury retrograde in Pisces season a couple of years ago where I was literally like just sick for weeks, and like I think I was sick for like 4 weeks. it was during Pisces season. And then it happened again this year. I got really, really sick during Pisces season during Mercury retrograde. So what did I do this time around? What am I doing differently? Because I feel like it's more of my adrenaline rush, and I'm not taking very good care of myself. And then I crash and then I get sick, right? Then my immune system is like, oh, yay, now we can just get like all the germs, right? So Mercury retrograde does not have to be really, really hard. It doesn't have to be difficult. And I don't want anybody to be scared of it. It happens. Now listen to this. This will kind of like shock you. And I did put this up on the community page too. Mercury retrograde happens 3 times every single year that we are alive. And as of today, you have a 100% survival rate of Mercury retrograde. So you don't have to freak out. And the more energy you give to having a bad Mercury retrograde, the energy that you're giving off is what you're going to attract, right? If you think that your exes are going to show up on your doorstep or text you or slip into your DMs or whatever they're doing these days, if you think that's going to happen and you focus on it and you give energy to it, then it'll happen. Sometimes we don't think about the ex, but our energy is still attracting that type of person, and that person will come back so as we can learn a lesson and know that if the only times they're going to show up is when my guard is down, right? Then what does that really say about them? Not a whole lot. Thank you very much. So focusing on, like, make sure your car is, the oil is changed and everything is up to date. If whatever you are nervous about with Mercury retrograde, just get it done. Just do it. And then you don't have to worry about it anymore, because Mercury retrograde is about bringing the things up that you need to fix, bringing the things up that weren't working when Mercury wasn't in retrograde. Right? It's not about, and tomorrow during the daily reading, because you guys really liked the story of Persephone and Hades when I did the Greek mythology, I'm going to tell you the story of Mercury, because it's kind of funny. Mercury is a little shit, basically. It's just because he's a genius. But I'll tell the story tomorrow. If I remember, like, it'll either be tomorrow or Friday, because tomorrow is Halloween. So we have to have story time. Anyway, I know I've been talking for quite a bit. So don't freak out about Mercury. We are coming up so Mercury right now is conjunct Venus before it goes backwards. So there could be a lot of talk about finances and about relationships and stuff like that right now. Just really make sure, I think the biggest thing with Mercury going retrograde during Scorpio season is to just be aware of yourself. Be aware of the things that aren't working in your life and how to change them. And then proceed with changing them. Don't just be like, oh yeah, that really needs to change, and then not do anything about it. Like, that's going to kind of defeat the purpose. You see? All right, my friends. Thanks for listening to me for 8 minutes. I didn't realize I had so much to say. Honestly, I was just going to like pop on and, be like, yeah, Scorpio season's doing a number on me already. I love when people are telling me that the energy is just fantastic for them. I love it. I love it, because like, good for them. If like, if I can't be like upbeat and wanting to do everything all the time and like moving around constantly, somebody should. Like, okay. So this is hard. This is hard because there are certain things that we want in life. We want to happen in life. And I feel like we have an attachment to these things that we really want to happen. And when you attach yourself to how something's going to go or what's going to happen with it, it can really be devastating when it doesn't go the way that you want it to. For an example, wanting to get a new job or wanting to get a promotion or starting a new relationship. Going into a relationship or going into a new job thinking that you're going to be there for a really long time and you know, like finally everything is so I saw some like white spots in the monitor. Everything is fantastic and it's going to go for, you know, all of that. And then a week later, the company goes under and everybody loses their job. Everybody gets laid off. And you're like, what the hell happened? I just got this job, right? And that's kind of a stretch of something, right? But when we go into situations where we are expecting a certain outcome from it, and it doesn't happen that way, we get really, really devastated. And then we have to figure a way out or figure like making decisions on like, what do I do now? It didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to. What do I do now? You move forward. You decide again. You change your thought process. Let me show you these cards. So we have the moon. And this is something that I teach in the alignment session that I have been, or the alignment workshop that I'm pushing. Yes, I'm pushing because I just want everybody to take it. I want everybody to have the same information. 9 of Swords. You're going to be so much happier. And the 9 of Cups. And then down here we have the 2 of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands. So deciding again, allowing yourself to see things from a different perspective. Okay, this thing didn't work out for me because you don't know everything, right? The moon is saying there's some information here that you don't quite see yet because the universe is holding it very, very dear. It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to turn out for your best and highest good. But you have to believe it. So I really want to just be like, chin up. Because what you really want is out there. 9 of Swords and 9 of Cups. But you won't be able to see it if your head is down and you're crying. Or you're in pain. Or you're suffering in some way, right? You won't be able to see it. He can't see anything with his head down like that. You see? And the 2 of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands is saying, if it didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to, and now you have to decide to go in a direction, don't spend too long in the 2 of Pentacles. Because the energy is still moving forward. Even if it doesn't feel like it's moving forward right now, it is. It is. So let's see what the moon represents. Oh, and please be patient, guys, for me to get the general readings out because Mercury is going retrograde tomorrow. And obviously I've only done 4. I've only done 4 signs. So please be patient and pass it on. You see others being impatient with other readers. I feel like there are some readers that got all of their readings out for November, like before Mercury retrograde, and God bless them because they don't have anything to worry about. The moon. So I feel like this with the Devil on the moon and the 9 of Swords next to it, I almost want to say it's an avoidance. It's almost as if you were obsessed with it at one point but I feel like you're avoiding something. I feel like there's an avoidance tactic here. Let's see what the Nine of Swords is. Okay. This makes so much sense. Oh my God. Thank you. I'm like, what are they avoiding? You're avoiding yourself. There are things that will make you feel better. And I'm laughing because I relate to this so much right now. Like, I know the things that will pull me out of the devil mode, right? Remember a couple of days ago when I did the releasing the devil? That sometimes that devil is literally yourself. Like, you sabotage yourself, and then once you sabotage yourself, you're like, oh, all is lost. And then you know, whatever, right? And that the Ace of Cups came out on the Nine of Swords. Like when I said, chin up, dear, this is exactly what I mean. Like, you have to look up to see that ace, like things are okay, things are fine. And it's so funny because I feel like I'm just being dramatic right now. And I'm like, is that how Scorpios feel all the time? Like there's this like underlying, you just feel very intense, right? It's such an intensity. And as a Virgo, I don't do intense. I'm like, no, right? Like if it gets too intense for me, I go the other direction. The earth signs understand what I'm saying. Virgos, Taurus, and Capricorns, we're all the same way. When the feelings get too intense, we hibernate or we run away. Like whatever feels the most comfortable, depending on what else is in your chart, right? So, but you can't run away from yourself. You can't hibernate from yourself, because when you hibernate from yourself, you're actually hibernating within yourself. So here's the lesson, right? Everything that you've been working so hard for, everything that you desire, you've been manifesting, right? We'll use that word. The things that you've been manifesting are right in front of you. My dears, they're right in front of you. But the thing is when you sabotage yourself and you don't allow yourself to pull out of the negative, and that's why I'm saying choose again, think again. Just because it didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to, or just because you are having a hard time processing or dealing with it, doesn't mean that all is lost. Let's see what this Nine of Cups is. I'm curious what the desire is. Oh, see? You're focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on what you don't have, what didn't work out, what spilled in front of you, right? The Five of Cups. But the thing with the Five of Cups is he's still holding the two cups there, right? So he still has two cups in his hands, but he's not focusing on what he still has. He's focusing on what he's lost. And what he's lost wasn't serving him anyways. In fact, that was probably like, I mean, it's so funny in this card. There's like a fish flailing around in red wine or blood or whatever that is down there. But here's the thing though. You cannot manifest from a place of negativity. Some of you are overindulging, like whether that's drinking too much or eating too much or shopping too much, like whatever it is that we do too much of, right? I need to do too much, like, of the gym. That's where my motivation has been lacking in, and I've been doing so well, and it's like, oh, dang it. So I've been forcing, and it's so cold outside right now, and I don't do cold very well. So I've been forcing myself to do yoga. Not forcing. I've been doing yoga, but I've really had to motivate or push myself to do it, right? I love yoga. I don't ever have to force myself to do it. It's just getting my motivation. So the idea will come, right? The aha moment is going to happen when you have to choose again and allowing yourself to choose again. And if you're having problems like if you need a question answered or anything like that, I am offering the 1-question readings right now again, and you'll get the answer this weekend. I'm going to actually do the readings this weekend. So you'll get the answers this weekend, and I think there are maybe 8 spots left. So if you do need a little bit of push or guidance in doing that, then here I am. That information is on my website, on the description box below. Or just go to fearlessintuition.net, hit book a reading. And ask your friends. Get together with people. Don't just be the teacher, be the student. Or don't just be the student, be the teacher too. Get together with like-minded people and start again, begin again, go over it again. Nothing is always going to be exactly the way that you want it to. Nothing is always going to work out exactly the way that you want it to. And if you allow yourself, so down here I have the Ace of Swords with the 2 of Pentacles. If you allow yourself to open up a little bit and express your needs, wants and needs, desires, the things that are going on in your life, so that you're not having to sit. If you have become that person that is pulled back and you're not talking to people or anything like that, like I'm familiar with that. Because when I feel like I could get easily irritated, I try to take a step back from people. I'm not even going to lie. Like because I don't want to piss somebody off by me snapping at them, not even meaning to, like, I'm not even trying to be mean. I'm just like irritated by everything and everyone, right? So when you get into that stage though, you shut yourself off to the world. So allow yourself to see things. And I don't normally resonate with the daily readings, and today I am. So I really hope I didn't just project my energy into this reading, but I do feel like I'm kind of feeling a collective love, like everybody's feeling a certain way, right? There are some that are really, really high up here, and then there are some that are sort of struggling. Good on you. The ones that aren't struggling right now, like, oh, fantastic, sitting on your throne, King of Pentacles, look at you. But some of you have decisions that you have to make. These answers are coming. If you're worried about the answers, or if you're going to get an answer, or however it's going to happen, these answers are coming. So relax, take a deep breath, allow yourself to see that. Scorpios, if you haven't had a chance to get to purchase a reading for your birthday, you have 2 options now. You have a 1 hour and a 30-minute option. Check the description box below for the birthday specials, or to go to my website for the birthday specials. And I still have a few spots for the 6-month forecasts as well. So January through June. The pre-order is over. I'm not doing the pre-order anymore, but it will be, but I'm only doing a limited number of these readings because I don't want to exhaust my energy. So if you want to get your 6-month pre-order in, I think there are like 8 left. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. And, let me know how y'all are feeling. Okay. Bye.